Welcome to the Field to Film podcast. Today we are here with John Arthur and Harrison Whitaker. Thank you guys for being here today.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
What does the future of your farm look like?
You know, we obviously want to be successful for ourselves. We want to provide for our family. But I think the ability to pass this on to the seventh generation would mean a great deal to us. And I also think it's a continue to grow through this wave of technology, continue to be good stewards of the land, you know, continue to help our employees succeed as well. You know, there's a lot of factors into this, but I think at the end of the day, it's just grow and pass it on to the next generation.
You know, I'll reference the painting American Gothic. We are so far removed from that farmer with the pitchfork. We are, like we said, watching our equipment, our tractors 24/7. We're hedging on commodity markets. We're buying absurd quantities of inputs, and it is a challenge every day. And also, we're producing way more than that farmer did in 1900. You know, our farm, on a 2,000 calorie a day diet, you know, we could feed somewhere in the order of 312,000 people for a year, and that's with 42 employees.
Yeah.
There is still one thing that's true then and now, and it's that we have to take care of the land. We have to be stewards of the land, and if we are not stewards of the land, we're not going to be here much longer. So just how that farmer had to take care of what he was doing on his land, we still have to take care of what we're doing, and ultimately, if we do so, our guys are going to be taken care of for a long time.
So my name is Harrison Whitaker, and I handle a lot of the day-to-day operations here on Whitaker Farms, as well as the soybean production.
John Arthur Whitaker, also deeply involved in the day-to-day operations of the farm. Help my dad out with the cotton side of the farm, and then I'm also an attorney, so I help the family out with any legal matters.
You guys are sixth generation, the sixth generation of your family to farm. What does that mean to you, and you know, what does that kind of look like?
You don't really think about it much on a daily basis, but it is always there. It's always a legacy that we're trying to uphold. And I think upholding that legacy really started with our parents and how we were raised. You know, they instilled a very strong work ethic into us. And more so than that, they wanted us to really uphold a standard of excellence in anything that we do. So when we were kids, it wasn't really about the grade that we made on a test. It was whether we gave it our all and tried our hardest. And that really comes into the professional life of what we do here on the farm. You know, we really try to give it our all, and through that, uphold the legacy that's here for us.
So talk to us about, you know, growing up on the farm. What was that like?
As kids, our father really he didn't really force us to be here, but the moment that we showed interest in it, he really kind of turned that hand over and kind of put us in a position to learn and succeed out here. So throughout high school, you know, on the weekends, whenever we could be, and then especially during the summer, we were out here working. And throughout college, you know, every summer break, we were here. Every break we got, we were back here working.
It's really enjoyable, actually, even though it's 100 degrees outside. It's very enjoyable. I got undergraduate degrees in finance and accounting from the University of Arkansas, and then stayed on another 3 years and got my law degree from the University of Arkansas at Fayetteville.
I just got an undergraduate degree in ag business with a minor in ag technology, in which I think the ag technology aspect of that has really helped me excel out here in learning precision ag at a really fine scale, and using that day to day.
You guys mentioned your degrees. How do those each help you on the farm?
99% of the time, I'm a farmer. My job is to take care of the farm. But with that law degree, no 2 days are the same. There could be a day where I am completely in the office, drafting deeds, looking at contracts, going to the courthouse, things like that. And then the very next day, I could be in a grain bin for 5 hours.
And what about you, Harrison?
I think if I could go back and do it again, I would have focused on ag technology. But the biggest thing I learned from that was we took a couple of precision ag classes. So we were learning how to create prescriptions, We were learning how, yield mapping works, learning how, drones work and all that.
And so what's it like being business partners as brothers?
I think it has its challenges for sure. I mean, at the end of the day, we're brothers. You might look up some days and we're bickering like we're 14 and 18 again.
Yes.
But there's definitely a level of trust between ourselves that I don't think we could have with someone who's not family. We share the same main goal, which is create a good crop and do it in a way to a standard that we want it to be done. And so on major decisions and things like that, we really trust each other in that.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I am my brother's keeper. And, prime example, we were out here this past Sunday, and it's 11:30 and all my responsibilities taken care of. So I asked Harrison, like, hey, what do you need help with? And it's just really reassuring to have a brother in the operation that I can lean on him, he can lean on me, and 1 + 1 = 3 in that regard.
And you guys were just telling me about some technology.
The biggest thing technology-wise that we feel that we use and has been the biggest help towards our operation is John Deere Operations Center. And so we're using that to track exactly where everyone is, exactly how much everyone's doing throughout the day, exactly what fields are getting done, what is being applied on said fields, and it records every single pass that we make across the field.
So with the data and tracking, we can pull up instantaneous yield maps, and from a managerial perspective, if the guy taking care of the farm didn't tell us that, hey, I have a hole right here, we need to fix it, I can pull up his yield map and go, something's wrong here. And then I can walk out into the field and visually confirm that, and we can take care of it.
Also think it's very useful if we have a certain field that might do really good, or if we're doing some trials or something, we're able to record that and then know exactly what products worked best for us or what seed worked best for us, things of that nature.
I think that with artificial intelligence and the data that we have at our fingertips, we haven't really fully utilized that data. And I think that I would hope that there are some things in the works that eventually we could use AI or something like that to look at the data and say, hey, have you thought about X, Y, and Z? So huge potential in that software.
And I also think with us being so young and new to this, just kind of the realization that there's always something that needs to be done definitely was a smack in the face for us. We never get caught up, no matter how hard we work, however many hours we work, we're never going to be caught up.
I think there is a lot of knowledge that gets passed down from generation to generation that if you threw somebody in here and just they had no idea what was going on, that it would be very challenging. We absolutely lean on our dad every day and are very blessed to have somebody like him to shepherd us and guide us. And it's tough. Even with the legacy that we have, we're not perfect. So we still make mistakes, but we try really hard.
And as young farmers, we really have to know what we don't know. So we really have to lean on others. Really have to use other people's advice, and don't take anything with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
The biggest piece of advice that I've ever received was from my father one day. It was my first year irrigating anything. I didn't really know what I was doing. He said, Harrison, go out there and make mistakes, because if you're not making mistakes, you're not trying. And so I definitely use that every day, and every issue that we have on a daily basis. At the end of the day, if I know that I tried my best, and that's all I can do.
It is absolutely incredibly rewarding. Cut that last pass of soybeans, pick that last pass of cotton, and it's tangible. You can see what you've done, and that is truly a blessing from God.
So it's get to the shop, ride around the wells, make sure everything's running. If we need to change water, change water. And so it's just, seasonally, it's all different.
Yeah, I will add to that. We also wear many hats. We can be conflict mediator and negotiator, therapist to guys. Lots of times when stuff breaks down, part of our job as a leader is to say, okay, let's keep this train rolling. Just take a chill pill. Let's fix it.
And what's the most challenging and, on the flip side, most rewarding thing about managing that many people?
You get a bunch of people in a room. I don't care who they are. There's going to be conflict. There's going to be crisis. But the flip side of that is, we're here for our people. I kind of tell everybody, we got 42 people. Well, that's 42 Christmas mornings. And to know that our guys are taken care of, that's why we do what we do.
Thank you guys both for being a part of the Field to Film podcast today, brought to you by the Arkansas Soybean Promotion Board, and we look forward to talking to you guys in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.